I just bought a custom TaylorMade driver. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. I am standing here with my new driver from TaylorMade. Now, I also have with me my very old driver from TaylorMade. They are both SIM2 Maxes here, and I wanted to show them to you because this comes from their custom program, and this is right off of the shelf here. So this is what you can buy in any store or online. Just get it real quick. But I wanted to show you why I bought this and what you can customize and what you get. Now, the reason I got this is that this driver is the one that I have been hitting the best out of all of the big OEMs. Now, I think a lot of people love the SIM2. For me in particular, it's the Max version here. But these are pretty good drivers. Now, one of the things that I really love and hate are the same thing. This driver looks very cool. Kind of looks like an F1 car. The different components on it are either painted, like this white face area, or anodized, the blue back ring here, and very colorful. And it looks really awesome. I actually love the look of this driver. It looks pretty cool. If I were to hang this up on my wall, this is the driver that I would want. So many drivers are very boring. And in fact, for a lot of people, this little white area here, this little white edge helps with alignment. But the problem for me is the same thing, the way it looks when I'm actually playing it. So what I have here are really distinct three pieces, kind of this front piece, this faceplate, this top carbon crown, the aluminum ring here, and when I get up to align with it, it actually looks a little smaller to me because basically the crown here is being framed out by other pieces and the head looks a little smaller than other heads. The face here looks a little shallower and a little shorter just because of the way the paint design is. I think it actually is a little shorter. But because of that, it doesn't look quite as forgiving to me. It doesn't look quite as enticing. It doesn't look quite as confidence-inspiring to me. And so while I love it for the way it looks, I don't like the way it looks at address and the way it plays. You know, for me, the drivers that I like are just all single colored. In fact, if I were to tell you which driver I like the best, it would probably be the Callaways because they fuse everything together here. You have some really small seams here that are visible and they kind of fill all that in and then they paint the whole thing so it looks like just a big block of carbon or titanium or whatever they want to make it out of. And that is really confidence inspiring for me because when you swing away at it, it feels like it's a single block of metal and you can go at it. And this to me just very subtly, subconsciously looks like pieces fused together. And while it plays just as well as any other driver head, it just doesn't feel as confidence inspiring. So what I wanted to do was get this view, the crown, what I see at address looking a little more inspiring. So that's why I ordered this. So if you go onto the TaylorMade website, you can actually order a custom driver. Now you can only order in the SIM2 original and the SIM2 Max, but the Max is what I wanted. So I don't think you can order the draw in case that's the one you really want. Now you can customize a lot of the components of the driver head. However, I would say that there are some limitations. And so what I wanted to do here was really black out the whole top. So one of the first things that I did was select basically the driver head that I wanted and the correct loft, and then I wanted this front piece here all blacked out. It actually helps kind of make the face here blend in with the edge around it, and so it looks like a single piece. And at alignment, I still get a little bit of shiny glossy line right there, so it still is going to give me that alignment aid if I need it. Now, one of the things that you can't do, and I was a little disappointed, but this carbon crown right here is a matte finish. You can't get that glossy, you can't get it full black. That would have been nice to tie it all together. But what you can do is customize these decals, these edge decals here. Not a lot, and in fact, I think maybe this last decal, this little pointy blade part right there, is the only thing that you can choose. So I chose the darkest color possible, a gray right there. I think it helps mute it. Again, it's not drawing my eye away from any of the other parts of it when I am at address. And then of course the big thing here is this back aluminum ring here. So I got that in black, and it's a matte black, it's anodized I think, so you can see a little bit of contrast between the glossy paint up here against the anodized aluminum right there. But at address, what it gives me is a much more traditional looking head. So kind of looks all black, kind of looks like a single piece of carbon fiber or titanium or metal or aluminum. To my eye, it doesn't strike me as a bunch of pieces kind of fused together. So this is going to help me out a little bit, I think, psychologically at address. Now on the underside, you can actually customize some other things too, like these graphics. I picked gold just because black and gold, that's kind of cool looking, and I wanted to keep it kind of simple. And then also the speed injection port right there you can customize too, so I got that in gold too. Now I have noticed that there seem to be some aftermarket weight online available where you can get these in different colors, and I thought that might be interesting to replace that with a gold one there. You're not going to really see this, and I really didn't care what the bottom looked like here. For me, it was really more important to customize this top just to help me out a little bit inside the noggin, inside the noodle, so that I can maybe hit this with a little more confidence. So that's what it looks like. Now, I will say here, if you do want to get to the custom driver head, there's a couple things that you're going to have to keep in mind. One, it's more expensive, but this driver is not inexpensive. Now, when you buy this with a shaft, you are probably looking at about $540 in total. You do get a shaft with this. I just took them out for the demonstration here so that I wasn't moving heads around on a shaft, but you do get a shaft here and a grip. It comes as a complete club, and the customized driver is about $690. So you're probably paying about $150 more to get the driver head that you want. Now, is that worth it? Well, it might be to you, and if you play a lot of golf or you really like this driver head and you just want to change the way it looks, maybe you just want to have something unique, then that could totally be worth it to you. The other thing I will say is that it does take a little while to get. Now, the estimate on delivery on this head when I ordered it was September 1st, and I ordered it on August 1st. It is now August 29th, and this just arrived, so they did under promise and over deliver, but not by much. So whatever the estimated delivery date on this, I think you should expect it to arrive around that period of time. I will say that it did take about a month, which, you know, for a custom club, it is what it is, which is why I kept this, because I didn't want to not have a driver in my bag for a month. So a great driver, TaylorMade SIM2 Max, but if you really want to customize it up, you can do that on their website. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out!
We can discover more and explore so much deeper.